Hey, welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all doing well, having a good day or a good night. Wherever y'all tuning in, I just hope y'all doing well. And today, yes, the quality is a little bit dirty, but we're gonna be changing out the coolant for the Raptor 700R. With that being said, let's get straight into it. Okay, so for the job, we got our tool set, what I definitely recommend if you don't have one. I made a whole video about this, check it out. And I'm also gonna be showing you what you need out of this tool set. Throughout the video, we got some distilled water. Some people say you can use regular water. I got distilled because it said regular water can cause buildup in the engine. Even though this right here not going through the engine, but it's going through the radiator, so it might cause some type of buildup in the radiator. And we got some Yamalube coolant. Some people use engine ice. I got Yamaha stuff because they made it. So, okay, first thing you want to do, what I recommend, is this right here what I do with all my anything I'm working on. Get the key in the ignition, take it out. The other thing you want is for you not to have any coolant or you doing an oil change or anything like that. Somebody to come and try to crank your vehicle or wherever and mess something up, whether they do it on purpose or accident. You don't want that to happen. So if you got the keys, ain't nothing they can do. So, okay, next thing you're gonna do, you got 2 screws on this side and that side, and you're gonna use a 4mm hex key to unscrew. Okay, we got the screws out. What I recommend, if you can, put them somewhere. I usually have like a little pan, but I'm just leaving them on the toolbox for now. Okay, you leave them on the ground. If you got any dogs like that one right there, that dog right there will pick up a crumb and you leave it around on the ground. But as you see, we got the screws off, and as you see, it pretty much loose. All you gotta do is just, I think you slide, there we go. So what you wanna do is just slide up on it, just like that right there. And you see it got them grooves where these right here slides in, and that right there is your radiator cap. Okay, so you can see we're a little bit far into the video, and I forgot to mention, so this right probably gonna be in the beginning of the video, but please make sure you do this around the cold engine. Okay, actually I had to push this from the shop out here because it was more space. I didn't even turn it on because if it's a hot engine and you screw it right there, it's basically gonna explode. It can burn you real bad, so definitely be careful. Continue with the video. Okay, so this is the radiator cap. And what you want to do is take this off, because when you drain it from down there from your water pump, it drains a lot faster because you allow air to go in and push it out. I believe I'm saying that right, but it sounds right, so there we go with it. But when you're taking this off, you have to press down on it, I believe. Yeah, press down on it, and like I said, just pop it straight off. Sheesh, there we go. There we go. So what I'm gonna do, looking at everything looks good, we're gonna put this right here where everything goes. Okay, so we got the radiator cap off, and this right here is your water pump, and what you want to do is come to this right here. This right here is your drain bolt, and right here I am using a 8mm, yeah, deep socket. Yeah. That's still a lot greener than what I thought, honestly. You can see it going down in there. Okay, so we got the drain bolt loosened. You don't want to take it all the way out, because what happened is you can see right there on the sides, down the seam, it leaks a little bit. And it'll run down your frame, so you don't really want that. So I just loosened up just a little bit for the drain. It's gonna be a slow process, but when you're doing it right there, you can go on the other side and go to your, I believe it calls the reservoir. Okay, yeah, I forgot to mention, I know a lot of people will be tempted to just move this hose so it'll drain a lot faster, because this right here can be a long process, but you drain it from the drain bolt, so you can drain it from the engine and from the radiator too, because I'm pretty sure you don't want to mix both of the coolant, because this right here is green, the other one I believe is blue, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to mix the two. So bars. So yeah. Okay, so now we at the reservoir where we letting that drain. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drain this right here. All you gotta do is come to this cord right here, and that'll drain it. And what I would do, since we're gonna be putting 2 different colors in there, I'll actually try to take this whole thing out, put some water in there, rinse out real good, then reinstall it. And you gotta, to do that, you gotta take this off. It's another one up top. Right there, yeah, right there, and you got 2 bolts right there. So Really not much you gotta do, but that's what I do. Okay, so this part here can be a little tricky. So what I did, this little clip that be on there, you pinch it, scoot it up, like right there, so you see it's kind of just dangling. And now what you can do, you get a little wiggle room and it definitely come out a whole lot easier. So. Oh shoot, okay, there we go. Okay, so now it's time to add some distilled water into here to rinse all the coolant and rinse it out real good. And if you had like a little funnel with a tube that goes on the top, that'd be a lot easier because you won't have to take this off. But to be honest, who has one of those around? So what I'm gonna do is use a 10mm head socket and unscrew these two bolts on the side to take this off. Okay, so I figured out a solution. Since it's such a tight space right there, I ain't gonna be able to get that big jug in there. So what I did was pour some in a little Sunny D bottle to have enough room to get in there. So yeah, genius, I know, but that's what we're working with. Yeah, just a little additional information. Since I mounted up there, I believe you could have did this right here without taking away them two bolts, you know, the drainage. You get like a small ball, like a Sunny D bottle or whatever, something smaller. And you can just pour it in there and it should work for you. But if you really want to clean it, you know, shake it real good and really clean it out. It ain't nothing really gonna screw them two bolts, so just a little additional information. Okay, so now we back at the radiator. It drained pretty much all out, dripped a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and add some distilled water to try to get all the rest of the coolant out of there. See, it drained the water out right now, so probably gotta repeat this process maybe 2 or 3 times until you know it's clear as possible. Then we'll go ahead and add the coolant. Okay, so you can see pretty much you're doing a little dripping, but so far, I mean, honestly, it's clear. But I'm gonna just do it one more time with some distilled water to get it nice and flush, as good as possible. But I do want to ask, I talked to a guy, he was a mechanic, what did that dude name? He was an ASE certified, and he said distilled water is pretty much mumbo jumbo, if you want to call it. They're saying nothing but a money grab or whatever, leaking on the frame, but it's water. But anyway, how y'all feel about distilled water? I know a lot of people gonna watch your video, they can give me a little bit more knowledge, and to the people watching YouTube as well. But they say distilled water really don't make no difference because once it goes in the system, it basically gonna be water regardless anyway. So we'll let me know in the comments. Okay, so while we letting that right there drain, we're gonna come with our coolant and we are gonna pour it right to that full line there. Well, I believe what will happen when you do this right here, when you put it on full, when you crank it up, it probably gonna go down anyway, just a little bit. So I'm gonna put it at full for now, and we have to add some more later or whatever, we'll do so. So you can see we tighten everything back up. When you see it dripping a little bit, what I usually like to do is kind of rock the foil back and forth to kind of get everything out there as much as possible. So with that right there being nice and sealed, we got this side right here filled up, cap on. So now what we're gonna do is just basically fill this all the way up to the top. All right, so we wanna do is come follow this right here all the way to this screw right here, and this right here gonna bleed out all the air that trapped in the system. And what I'm going to use is a 8mm head socket. Okay, keep in mind when you loosen this screw right here to bleed all the air, you want to make sure the top is off because you're going to allow air to come through and push out air if it's any air in there. That's what I did. And when you open this right here, you're going to see it going to like flutter a little bit, like pushing that air down nowhere. It's going to shoot out with coolant. So get ready with that bolt and put it back on there. Okay, so we filled it all the way up to the top. Put the cap on. You want to make sure you put the cap on correctly because it is a pressurized system. If the cap not on there like it's supposed to, it will leak, your fluid will get hot, and you definitely don't want that. We filled this up, we had a little bit left over. You know, I ain't surprised, that's Yamaha for you. So we drained the radiator, filled up with coolant. We drained the reservoir, filled it up, and we bled it from the drain bolt right there. So everything should be good. So what I'll do right now is crank it up, check for leaks, make sure you got everything back tightened down like it's supposed to. Don't run it, don't go nowhere. Just leave it in one spot check to see if it get hot, check to see if you got any leaks. The system is pressurized, so if you ain't doing anything right, you should see some type of leaks. And what I gotta do, I made this pretty mess over here. Rinse it, just rinse it down with all that coolant and stuff all over the place. And yeah, if you found the video helpful, please like, subscribe. I'd love to have you a part of the community. And yeah, y'all take it easy and stay safe.